the NFL on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans on Monday Night Prime Time.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Houston Texans. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Stadium in Houston. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Throwing to start the drive. Zambrano. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
Holding offense.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Zambrano. His throw incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Looking to throw. Zambrano. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. They give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Some pressure was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much right after the catch.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Zambrano. This is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now a 1,000-yard rusher, a season ago. Antonio Gibson with it. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get buried over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands that can throw people off on play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll run with Gibson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 4th down and 9.
Like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they're probably going to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're down.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Operating from the gun. Zambrano. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson.
Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. And what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Zambrano. That's Samuel. Caught left side. Give him a game of 5 on the completion. And that will go 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Zambrano. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back to throw. Zambrano. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Gibson is in. Touchdown, Commanders. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. 2nd-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early, so a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man, but he was entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the 1st round of the 2021 draft.
First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 31-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go right back to Mack. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Looking to throw is Mills. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
They'll run up. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Mills. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Mills to Cooks there, that connection, good for a Houston first. These two teams all tied after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go with Mack here up the middle, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mills caught here by Conley, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. To throw, Mills. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
30. 10.
And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit.
Slide for the PAT.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
Escaping the pressure. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
They can't wheel straight up. It's showtime, baby. Here we go. Here we go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Mills to throw it. That one caught downfield by Dorsett.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. A run up the middle with Mack. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Fielded at the 20.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Zambrano. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. It's 3rd down.
And he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing incomplete, and I think he'll take that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Zambrano. Under pressure, and down he goes.
The defense's first sack, it doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Texans will take over. With the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 26.
He'll start by handing this off to Mack.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mills.
And he's got Dorsett complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Dorsett making the catch. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. And this is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mills now. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and they'll bring up 3rd down.
The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Mills again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Philip Dorsett from 17 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. this one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Throwing to start the drive. Zambrano will check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Zambrano toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on second and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Back to throw again. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw got him a little too far, brings up third down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first leg was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I was brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in the kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Final play of the half, Mills. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from that first half for Washington. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? And meanwhile, for the Texans, they, too, didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple of yards shy of the 30. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Throwing, Mills. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there at 22.
Oh, that's a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On the handoff, running left, Marlon Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And they'll get this down to the 10.
Personal foul. Safety. Defense.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. On the give, this is Mack. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Marlon Mack, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On first down, Zambrano. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 yards, good enough for a first. On the draw, it's Gibson. Avoids him at the 40. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Zambrano. And Thomas has it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Gibson. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, Zambrano looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Zambrano got his tight end. That's complete. It's Thomas.
Holding. Offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is caught inside the 5. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
To throw on 2nd down. Zambrano.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 19-yard line. Now Mills. He's got the hook up with Conley. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 24, Mills steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mills. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Zambrano, this to McLaurin out on the left side. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Brought down the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Zambrano to the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw. Zambrano.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a running back to try to cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 75 yards rushing now for Gibson. He's got a 1st down.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. It would have been big. Would have broke our tie here in the 4th, but he couldn't stay in bounds.
And they work so hard. All practice sessions, always working out, even in pregame, trying to get your feet down in bounds. Unable to get that done on that play.
To throw again. Zambrano
will set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reaction for defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down in the real game.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Zambrano eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. At the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly.
This to break our 4th quarter tie.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Houston set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 21.
A first down throw for Mills. That one caught downfield by Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Mills. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mills. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Mills. And this is going to be incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Zambrano. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Gibson here running out of the gun. 89 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, Gibson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup, losing the 3rd and 1. The Texans have earned the first of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
The referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is converted.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, as I said, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he picks Picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game.
Oh, that heart has to be pounding inside the chest of Joey Sly.
This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And he got it. The kick is good, and a fantastic finish here on a Monday night.
And the Commanders are going to win this football game. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.